So good morning, students. This is KG Misra, and I have come with the next part of the video for class 12th. See, in the last video, we have discussed the Kirchhoff's laws, okay, and sign convention and how to use it. Okay, we've taken one example to see how to use it. Okay, now we are going to discuss certain questions. Okay, based on that. Okay, so see here, this is the first question. Now, what is the question? See, this is a cube, okay, and each arm has got resistance. How much? It has got resistance R, small r, okay. Suppose each arm has got resistance small r. Okay, so how many resistances are there? You can see this one is here, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now we want to find out the equivalent resistance between points A and B. Okay. So the question is, find equivalent resistance between point A and B, between points A and B. That is our question. Okay. Now, how to do that? How to apply this Kirchhoff's rule and get the resistance of this combination very easily? See, for that, what we need to do, we need to connect a EMF source E over here, and that has to be connected between the 2 points between which we have to find out the total resistance or equivalent resistance. Between those 2 points, we have to connect the cell or EMF source. I have connected. Okay, its EMF is E. Obviously, it is unknown. We are just taking. Okay. Now, what happens? Now, if current starts from here, some current will start and will come here. It will reach. Okay. As soon as the current reaches at this junction, it will get divided into 3 parts. Now, we have to see that. Do all the 3 parts have equal resistance or different resistance? Let's see. If whatever current is passing through here, this path will encounter this resistance, okay, R. Again, it has to reach here, no, to this terminal. Only then it will be able to reach to negative terminal. So, minimum number of resistances it has to cross is 1, then 2, and then 3. Okay. If you are going to follow this path, then again 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So minimum number of resistors it is going to cross is 3, and all the resistors have got equal resistance. And see, they are in series. So what you will find? Total resistance of this path is 3R. What about this path? See, again R. If you are taking this path, then R, 2R, and then this is 3R. Okay. If you are taking some other path, this R, 2R, and this 3R. Okay. So this is also having resistance, equal resistance 3R. Okay. What about this path? R, 2R, and 3R. Or you are taking another path, R, 2R, and 3R. So that means all the 3 paths are similar because they have got equal resistances. So current will be divided in equal amount. Okay. So it will be comfortable for us to take 3I. So if you are taking 3I, then I will get distributed along the 3 paths. But now, as soon as that I will reach here, it will have it has got 2 branches. So that I will divide as I by 2. So it will become fractional. Okay. But we don't like fractions, no. So for our comfortability, if 2I is reaching here, then it will be very easy to divide I and I. So here there should be 2I. If there it is 2I, then here also it is 2I. If here it is 2I, then here also 2I. So total is how much? 6I. So for our convenience, what we take? Total current entering in this is how much? 6I. And same 6I is coming back. Now how it is get distributed over here? It is how much? 2I is passing through this. Through this again 2I. Through this again 2I. Okay. Now this 2I will reach. First let us take this one. 2I reaches here and then it divides into I and I. Okay. Now this I reaches here till here. Okay. Uh, Now let's see this one. 2i reaches here and then divides I and I. Okay. Now what will happen? See, this I is reaching here and this I is reaching here. They will combine and they will form 2i again. Okay. And this 2i will reach till here. That means this junction B. Okay. Now, what about this? This is also carrying 2i. This 2i will reach till here. And when it reaches here, it gets divided into I and I. Okay. Now, this I is reaching here and this I you can see reaching here. These two combine together to form 2i. Okay. Now, this I is reaching over here and from here what you getting? I. This I will reach like this. So I plus I again you will get how much? 2i by junction rule. Okay. So from this side 2i is reaching at the junction. From this side 2i is reaching. From this side 2i is reaching. Total is how much? 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is 6i. So we have got the current. Okay. Now let me little bit change this diagram. Change this diagram means little bit expanded one I have to draw. Okay. So that now it will be better. Okay. 6i. Okay. Why I have done this? Because see, now we have to apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule. Okay. So, but let us name this. That is, this is A. Okay. And these ends we have not named. Okay. So let us name this as C and this as D. Okay. So, and this is at E. Okay. So what we can write? Applying Kirchhoff's, okay, or we can write KVL. What is KVL? KVL rule, Kirchhoff's voltage rule. Okay, KVR also we write. Okay, so we have to apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule on loop A B C D E A. A B C D E A. This is closed loop. Okay, we have to apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule on this. Now see, before applying the loop, we know that we have to mark the direction of motion. So let us take the direction of motion. You can take any direction, okay, no problem. But we are going to take the direction of motion as like this. So it is which type of motion? Clockwise. Okay. Now according to this direction of motion, we have to, what we have to do? We have to write the equation. Okay. Let us write the equation. I'm going to write the question part. Okay. And I'm going to write this also, because you might have written this. Okay. So let us see. The current passing here is 2i and resistance is R. Okay. And we are moving in which direction? Like this, like this, like this. Okay. Then we are reaching here. We have started like this. Okay. Okay. Now see. While crossing this resistor, we are moving in this direction. Current is also flowing in the same direction. When the direction of motion and current is same, then potential difference across the resistor is positive according to sign convention. Okay. So what we can write? The potential drop is 2i into R. Now let's move ahead. Here we go. What about the direction of current? See, it is in this direction, and we are also moving in the same direction. So both the directions are same. So again, the potential drop is positive. Here, potential drop is how much? I into R. So it is positive, that is I into R. Now, moving ahead, we reach here. What about this resistor? 2I current is passing like this, and we are also moving in the upward direction. So both the directions are same. So again, the potential drop along this resistance will be positive. So we get plus 2I into R. 2I into R. Okay. If we move ahead, is there any more resistor in this circuit? Not at all. So we will write equal to. Now it is turn for EMF. While we are crossing this cell or battery, first we are encountering the negative terminal, the smaller one, and then we encounter the positive terminal, that is bigger one. Okay. So when we cross, first we cross the negative terminal, then we cross the positive terminal. Then according to sign convention, the EMF is taken positive. Okay. So we have to take EMF as positive. Clear? Now once we have taken EMF positive, we have got the equation this. Okay. Now let us simplify this. So 2IR plus IR is 3IR plus 2IR is 5IR. So we got 5IR is equals to E. Okay. So now from here, what you will get? You will get you got this E is equals to 5IR. Let us mark this equation number 1. Okay. Okay. So done this much. Okay. Now let's move ahead. According to Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, total resistance, let the equivalent resistance is R equivalent. Okay, so what we can write? EMF applied equal to V is equals to IR. So let total current is how much? 6I. Okay, total EMF potential difference applied is E, that is EMF. And what is the total resistance? We don't know. R equivalent we don't know, we have to find it out. So that's what we get from here. Now from here, can we find out R equivalent? Let's see. R equivalent is, it is E upon 6I. Okay, 6I. This is our equation number 2. Okay, you can see from Ohm's law we have got this. But we know the value of it from here. That is 5IR. We can place it over there. Okay. Done this much. Should I remove this? Okay. Now after this you write from equation 1, putting the value in equation 2. From equation 1, putting the value in equation 2. What you get? See. I'm just removing this much only, okay? For your convenience. So R equivalent is equals to E is how much? 5IR. And in denominator we are having 6I. So I gets cancelled. What we get? 5 by 6R. Okay, that is R equivalent. So whatever is the resistance of one resistor, 5 by 6 of that will be the equivalent resistance of this combination. Okay. In first appearance, it appears to be very tough, no? Okay. People may ask that on the diagonal, what is the equivalent resistance between the diagonally opposite points? Okay. That is the answer. Clear? So I am going to rub this now. You might have understood, I think. Just note it down. Okay. Now let us take up the next question. Question number 2. Okay. Again, the similar thing is there. Okay. There is a cube, and each arm of this cube has got a resistance. Okay. Suppose the resistance of each arm is again R. Okay. It is R. Each arm has got resistance R. Okay. So, as each arm has got resistance R, what we have to find out? We have to find the equivalent resistance of this. Okay. Between points A and B. Now see, when you are trying to send some current here, okay, see, it will be divided along 3 paths. This is the shortest path. Okay, but what about these 2 paths? Let's see. When the current is passing through this path, it has to cross 1 resistor. Okay, then again 2 resistor, then again 3 resistor, and then it will reach to this point. Okay, so minimum 3 resistor it has to cross. Now let's see. Here it is crossing 1, and it is going to cross 2, okay, and then 3, and then 4. This is the longest path. Okay, why to go for that? For this, it is 1 resistor, okay, 2 resistor, and this 3 resistor. Okay, it has to also cross minimum how much? How many resistors? 3 resistors. Okay, so that means both have to cross minimum 3 resistors, but here it has to cross only 1 resistor. So that means the current, these 2 paths are similar. So current in through these 2 paths must be equal. Okay, but current through this should be different. Okay, so what we take the current like this. Okay, we can take the current like this. Suppose 2x plus y, that is total current. Why? Because y is going to pass through this. This is y is the current through this. Okay, and x is going to pass through this, and x is going to pass through this. Okay, okay. So as x current reaches here, this x current will again divide. It has got 2 paths. Let the current through this path is z. Okay, z is another variable, and through this path will be how much? Total was x. Z has gone this side, so this side will be how much? X minus z is left. that will go through this path. Okay. Now let's take this path. X is going through this. Again here two branches are there. So let Z current is going through this branch. So from this branch how much current will go? X minus Z. Okay. Now as X minus Z reaches here, from here what is going? X minus Z only. So X minus Z plus X minus Z how much? It is twice of X minus Z. Okay. Now what happened? See, this we have marked, this we have marked. Okay. What about here? There is no current reaching. Yes, it is Z current is reaching here. Okay. And this Z will again get divided from here because there are two paths. Okay. Okay. See, as this 2x minus Z reaches at this junction, no, it has got two similar paths. See, from here if it is current is coming, so it has to cover one resistor and two resistor, and it will reach to the terminal B. Okay, and if it is the current which is going to pass through this, it has to cover one resistor and two resistors. So both are equal, similar paths. So current will be divided equally. So 2x minus Z will divide as x minus Z, x minus Z. Okay. Now here x minus Z is coming, here Z is coming. So x minus Z plus Z is how much? X. So x is reaching here. X minus Z is coming through this, and from here what is coming? Z is coming. So x minus Z plus Z is how much? X. So x is reaching this. Now how much current is coming out of it? X plus x. 2x plus this y. So we are getting 2x plus y. Okay. Any problem in this? Again, should I explain the current? See, the total current is in 2x plus y. Why we are taking x and y, two variables? Because this path is totally different from these two paths. Okay, these two are similar paths. So what we get to do? For these two we can take equal current, that is x plus x. Okay, so 2x, and for this path we are taking different current, that is y. Okay, so 2x plus y. It is reaching here, and then it gets divided. Y is passing through this path and x is passing through this and this. Okay, now y reaches already to the terminal B, no problem at all for that. X reaches here, it gets divided into two parts because it has got two branches. So Z reaches travels from this path, and from this path how much is left? X was total, Z has gone this side, so remaining is x minus Z reaches through this path. Okay, now the same the story here. X is going through this path, reaches here, it get divided, again Z is going through this path, so remaining is how much? X minus Z goes through this path. Okay, x minus Z is reaching at this terminal and x minus Z is reaching this terminal, both are getting added according to the junction rule. So total will be how much? X minus Z plus x minus Z is twice of x minus Z, that is going through this path. Okay, now this from here you will find the two paths are similar because see, they are going to cross two resistors. Okay, so this current it gets divided equally because of equal resistance in the two path. So twice of x minus Z gets divided into x minus Z and x minus Z. This x minus Z reaches here. Okay, as it reaches here, Z is coming from this side, so x minus Z plus Z becomes x. Okay, this x minus Z reaches here, as it is reaches here, this Z is also coming, so x minus Z plus this Z becomes x and reaches here. So x is reaching here and this y is reaching here. So 2x plus y is reached here. Okay, so this is the basic flow of the current in this. Okay, don't worry while indicating the direction of current, because by mistake you indicate the opposite direction of current, no, then what will happen? You will get the answer of the current as negative. Okay, if you are getting negative, that means the direction you have marked, that is opposite to the actual direction of current. Okay, so don't worry much about it, but remember, whatever direction of current you are taking, that should be properly considered. Okay, now see, we are going to apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule on loop. First we are going to choose a loop A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A. On this loop we are going to apply this bottom one. Okay, let's apply. See, first we have to move. So you want to move clockwise or anti-clockwise? Okay, clockwise. So left clock, no? So we are going to move like this. Okay, now what will happen? See, while passing like this, see, we are going like this and current is also going in the same direction. So potential drop is positive. So what we get? Current is how much? Current is X and resistance is R. Okay, While moving like this, see, current is also in the same direction. You can see this and this. Both are along the same direction. Okay, as both arrows are along the same direction, so potential drop will be positive. So current is Z and resistance is R. So plus ZR. Okay. Now, while moving like this, we are turning and coming back like this, no? And current is also coming back. Okay. So both are in the same direction again, because see, we are like this, and these two arrows are parallel to each other. So again the potential drop is positive, and that is how much? Current is X, resistance is R. So we get, here I can write XR. Okay. Now, while crossing this, we are moving in this direction and current is moving in this direction. So what is there? Opposite direction is there. Okay. See, we are moving in this way, current is moving this way. So what will get? Minus, current is how much? Y, resistance is R. Y. That is equals to, is there any EMF source in this? No, not at all. So we get this. Okay. Now, so we are getting this equation. Okay, equation 1. So what we can write? This can we write it like this? XR plus XR is 2XR. Okay, plus ZR. Okay, equal to YR. Now R is common throughout. Can we cancel them? Okay, obviously we can cancel them. Okay, so we'll get 2x plus z is equals to 1. This is our equation now. Note it down. Okay, you have noted. Should I remove this? Okay, I'm going to remove this now. Okay, so we have to apply the again Kirchhoff rule. Okay, but now on different way. This also I'm going to do, because we might have written the question. See, on which loop we are going to apply? Now we are going to apply on this loop. Okay, that is E. Okay, F, G, H, E. Okay, on this loop. So we have to choose the direction of motion. Let the direction of motion is again clockwise. Okay. So let us apply. Well, we are moving like this, and current is also in the same direction. You can see this is our direction of motion. So current are also along the same direction. So the potential drop will be positive. So what we are going to get? Current is X minus Z, and resistance is R. It is positive. While crossing this, see, the current is also flowing along the same direction. So again the potential drop is positive. That is twice of X minus Z into R. Okay. Now, while crossing this side, see, we are moving like this, and the current is also along the same direction. So again the potential drop is positive. That is plus X minus Z, okay, into R. Now, what about this arm? When we are moving like this, the current is in the opposite direction. So it is going to be negative. That is Z into R equal to, is there any EMF source in this loop? Not at all. So it is 0. Okay. So we end up getting this. Now see, minus ZR, minus X minus ZR, sorry, X minus ZR, it is twice of that. Okay. It is again X minus Z. So X minus Z, 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4. So what will get? 4 X minus Z, okay, R. Minus ZR equal to 0. Now from here we can multiply, so we will get 4XR minus 4ZR minus ZR equal to 0. Now what else we will get? See, this minus 4ZR minus ZR. So we will get 4XR minus 5ZR equal to 0. That's what we get. Now from here onwards, can we take it on the other side? Okay. Okay. So we will take this on the other side. Okay. Ready? No? Okay. So we write 4XR is equals to 5ZR. We can shift it on the other side. Now RR can be cancelled. Okay. So from here what we will get? We will get x is equals to 5 upon 4 z. Okay, x is equals to 5 upon 4 z, and that is our equation number 2. Okay, so you note down this first, this. I hope you will note it. Okay, see, equation 1 we got this one, equation 2 we got this one. Now from this equation 2 what we can write? Can we find the value of z? So z is equals to, this will go that side and will get reverted. Okay, so z is equals to 4 by 5x. This is our equation number 3. Okay, now can we put this value of z in equation 1? We can put. If we put this 4 by 5x instead as the place of z, what we will get? We will get 4 by 5x plus 2x. Y is equals to 4 by 5x plus 2x. Now we can take the LCM as 5. 5 to the 10, so 4x plus 10x, that is 14x upon 5. That is the value of y. It is 14x upon 5. So now we got value of y in terms of x as well as z in terms of x. Okay, okay, very nice. So now we have done this much. Let's move ahead. Let us remove this part also. See how much current is passing through this path. It is y. What is the resistance of this path? It is R. So what is the potential difference between these 2 points? Obviously, potential difference between these 2 points is how much? V is equals to YR. Okay. What is the total current flowing? That is 2x plus y. So equivalent resistance, what we can write? Can we write V is equals to total current into total resistance, R equivalent? Can we write this? Okay, when we can write this, then V is equals to how much? YR. And current, total current is 2x plus y. And total resistance is R equivalent. Okay. Now, in this, we need to put the values. Okay. And we will put the value of x only. Okay. We will not put the value of y at all. So value of x is how much? We have to put the value of x in terms of y. So in terms of y, because this, it is y, here also y is there. If we get y here, we can cancel y very easily. Okay, and we will free of the variables. Okay, so from equation 4 what we can get? We can write equation 4 as x is equals to 5 by 14 y. Okay, let us mark this as equation 4. Okay, not this one. So we will require only equation 4. Okay, and let us just mark this as equation number 5. Okay, done. Okay, now start writing. From equations 4 and 5 we get, from equations 4 and 5 we get, what we get? YR is equals to 2x is there, so x will get the value of this 5 by 14, 2 into 5 by 14 x, oh sorry, y instead of x. Okay, because x is equals to 5 by 14. Okay, plus y into R equivalent. Now what we can get, see from here, it is 10 by 14y, so we can take 14 as LCM. We will get 10y plus 14y into R equivalent, that is y into R. Now 14 plus is 24, so we will get YR is equal to 24 by 14 y into R equivalent. Now y we can cancel out. So what is R equivalent? R equivalent is equals to, we are getting R, this will get multiplied 14 and this will get divided, that is 24. So 2 7 ja and 2 12 ja. So we will get R equivalent is equals to 7 by 12 small r. Okay, that's what we end up at the end we have got. Okay, this is the equivalent resistance, okay, between these two terminals. Okay, Note it down. Noted? Understood? Very well. Okay. Let us take the question number 3. Okay. Actually, this question was asked in doubt, okay, by one of my student. Okay. So please see carefully. Okay, watch carefully. Okay. This is the question. This is the structure. All the resistances are having value small r. Okay, and we need to find out the resistance between points A and B. Okay. Question is that find equivalent resistance between A and B. Okay. Now for this again we are going to take the current. Suppose current is I1 plus I2. Because see, paths are not similar. Suppose we are taking here I1 and we are taking here I2. Okay. Now this I1 will reach till here. As soon as I1 reaches here, it has got 2 branches. Okay. Suppose another current is there, I3. Okay. I3 is going through this. Then how much is left? Total was I1. I1 reached here, and then this I3 goes through this path. So remaining is how much? It is I1 minus I3. Okay. Because out of I1, I3 has gone this side. So remaining is I1 minus I3. We'll go through this. Okay. Now this reaches here. By the time see I3 is passing through this, okay, now it is joined over here. Okay, this joint creates confusion. Now see here, just tell me what about these 2 resistors? How they are connected? They are in parallel or in series? See, this resistor's one end is connected to this one terminal, and other end through this is connected to the other terminal. What about this resistor? Its one end is connected to this through this, and this end is connected to other terminal through this. So they are like this, no? They are parallel to each other. When they are parallel to each other, so potential difference across them must be equal according to the concept of parallel combination. Now, what is the potential difference across this? That is I3 into R. That must be equal to potential difference across this. We don't know the current in this. Let the current is I dash and the resistance is R. So what do you find from here? I dash is equal to how much? I3R upon R. R cancels out. What do you get? Same I3 current should pass through this. That's what happens with this I3 coming, and then it goes this side. Okay, like this. And then this I1 minus I3 is reaching here, and this I3 is reaching here. If you add them, what you will get? I1 minus I3 plus I3. I3 get cancelled, you will have only I1. So I1 flows through this. Okay. And this I2 continues in the same way. Okay. And through again, here what we are getting? I1 plus I2. I1 plus I2. Okay. Clear? This is the way of flow of current. There was a small trick was there. Okay. That we have to use the concept of parallel combination. Okay. Now, is there any effect of current in these two due to getting joined over here? Can you find any? No. So if it is not, then you can remove this connection from here. Okay. So we can make another circuit out of this. Okay, which is somewhat like this. This is point A, this is point B, okay, and this we have disconnected from here and we have erected it, okay, disconnected from here and erected it. So this is your point E, and this is your point C, and this is your point B, okay. Now resistances are here, that is R, one resistance is here, that is again R, one resistance is here, that is again R, one is here, that is again R, one is here, that is R, another is here, that is R, and another is here, that is again R. So this is our structure now. Okay. Now we don't require Kirchhoff's law over here. We can solve it very easily. See, these two are in series. Okay, so R plus R is 2R, and that 2R is going to be parallel with this. Okay, so what we can write? This, I think you have noted down this much. Okay, so would I remove this question part? Okay. Now this circuit diagram can be redrawn as this R plus R is 2R, and this 2R is in parallel with the R. So we can find out the parallel combination. We know that 1 by Rp, that is in parallel combination, is 1 by 2R plus 1 by R. So what we will get? LCM is 2R. We'll get here 1 plus 2. So we'll get what? 3 by 2R. Okay. So R in equivalent resistance in parallel is how much? Invert this because we have inverted 1 by Rp. So how much you will get? 2 by 3. 2R by 3. That is equivalent resistance. So circuit can be again redrawn like this. It is 2 by 3 R, and this is like this. Again R here, okay, and R here, and R here. Okay, here we have got two resistors. This is point A and this is point B. Okay, so this circuit can be drawn like this. Now, what do you think? These three resistors are in series. So 2 by 3R plus R is how much? Let's see. Okay. Okay. So now can I remove that one? Okay. As these three are in series, so what we can write? 2 by 3R plus R plus R. So what we'll get? We can take the LCM as 3. So 2R plus 3R plus 3R. Okay. So what we'll get? 3 plus 3 6 plus 2 8. We'll get 8R by 3. Okay. So these three combine to give 8R by 3. So now our circuit becomes like this somewhat. It is 8R by 3. Okay. And it is connected to in parallel with these two are R and R. So they are in series. So their equivalent will be how much? R plus R is 2R. So we can write here it is 2R. Okay. That's all, and this is point A and this is B. Okay. Now this is 8R by 3, this is 2R. They are in parallel. So again we can find out very easily the equivalent resistance. 1 by Rp is equals to 1 by 2R plus 1 by 8R by 3. What we can write from here? 1 by 2R is as it is. This we can write reciprocal. That is 3 by 8R. Okay, we can take 8R as LCM. 8R, what will we get here? 4 to the 8, so we will get 4 plus 3, that is 7 by 8R. That's what we are getting. Now this is 1 by Rp is 7 by 8R. Just note it down. So as we got this 1 by Rp is 7 by 8R, we can revert this. 1 by Rp is how much? 7 by 8R. So we can revert this to get the equivalent resistance. So Rp will be how much? Inverse of this, that is 8R upon 7. And that is the equivalent resistance of the combination and the required result. Okay. So whatever value of small r is there, you can put and you can get the equivalent resistance. I hope you have understood. Okay. That's all for this video. Okay. I will come to the next video with the remaining topics. Till then, thank you. Keep on studying.